Today's topic is going to be delayed gratification does not mean that you suck. And what do I mean by that? What do I mean by delayed gratification does not mean that you suck? I think that there comes a point in time of our life where like we reach a standstill. You know what I'm saying? And this standstill really is placed in our life to make us stand still. Not to move, not to, push harder, not to force, not to, do what works, but to simply be still. And I had took some notes because this is stuff that I was just, daydreaming about at work that I wanted to make sure that I remembered when I got home. And basically what I was saying in my mind or thinking in my mind was back to when I was at that point in my life. There was a time in my life where this would have been back in 2019. I reached a wall, and I remember thinking that it was something with me, something wrong with my content, something wrong with, what I was doing, and even second guessed it, doubted it, and stopped, quit, gave up, tried again, years later. And what I learned was that it's not because your content sucks. It's not because you're not meant to have it. It's none of those things. It's simply sowing season. It's sowing season. Delayed gratification is a time for you to sow your seeds. And I think that social media, the internet in general, has really set up their worth around the gratification of others. And that can destroy your self-esteem, destroy your mental health, and even throw you into depression. You have to be careful of how you allow others to have, how much power you allow others to have over you. And when you are standing in your purpose and you are being consistent in your purpose, and you're not getting the applaud, you're not getting the praise, you're not getting the likes, it feels like your content is trash because you're connecting your worth to people, other people. And in order to really tap into your purpose fully, you have to remove your worth from your work. You have to remove your worth from gratification. And I just remember, now that I'm in this phase that I'm in now, I can actually compare those two phases of my life. And it's crazy because if I was to choose today what I have now, then I understand now why God, Creator, did not give me what I was supposed to have when I wanted it, because mentally I was not prepared to handle that much at that time. And it's crazy because we think we're ready for things that we're really not ready for, especially when it comes down to if we can't handle the stuff on our plate now, how are we going to handle more? You know what I'm saying? So when you get in this space where you feel stuck, you feel like you're not appreciated, that would be a great time to slow down and to really give yourself the love, give yourself the praise. Do what you need to do to stay authentic and true to yourself. Don't ever step outside of yourself to fulfill the journey, to fulfill the purpose. And that's kind of like what I was saying over on IG. Don't settle for the quick fix because you're impatient. Wait. It's going to be way worth it. I promise you. And the reason why I can speak on this now is through my own personal experience. Waiting is going to get you to the fountain. But if your impatience wins, you're going to get, a couple drops. That's about it. You're not going to be truly fulfilled in when it comes to the longevity of it. So that was one of the biggest things. And you can tell when you are on edge of getting ready to settle, because you'll feel it. You will literally feel yourself, constantly trying to create, and you'll feel yourself trying to go harder and harder and harder and harder. But I promise you, that is the time to slow down, because that's when everything will come to you when it's supposed to, naturally. And I think a lot of that has to do with the whole fight or flight, being in survival mode, just being, you know, existent as a human being on this planet, the way that the system is set up for us. It's put us all in this mode where we're in survival, which is why I've had to step back and realize that I can't really place judgment outside of myself when it comes to other people and why they do what they do, because when you are in survival mode and you know what I'm saying, you just trying to look for a way out of the box, sometimes you catch yourself doing just about anything to try to get out of that box. And so that's really, you know what I'm saying, why it's important to slow down, so you don't make a wrong turn on the wrong lane and end up at a dead end. You know what I'm saying? And it's crazy because in 2019, this is why I said I was not ready in 2019 mentally, is because I was in true survival mode. I would have ruined it all if I would have ruined it all. I would have ruined it all. And you know, I thought in 2019 I was being punished. I thought that, man, like, God is really being mean to me. Like, life is just not fair for me. And you know what's crazy? I get it now. Like, I would have ruined all of that, all of it, just because I was in survival mode trying to get out of the box. And so now it's great to have the wisdom. It's great to be where I am right now, to be able to explain and to share, you know, where I went wrong. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's what some seasons are. Some seasons are your learning seasons. Some seasons is not for you to enjoy the piece of pie. Some seasons is for you to really, like, cook the pie, you know, make the pie, you know, bake the pie, get it ready, prepare it. And then you can indulge in it at a different time. And that's where the patience comes in, the wisdom comes in, you know what I'm saying, the growth comes in, and then you get to experience the fruits of your labor. You know what I'm saying? So that's really what delayed gratification is. And I think that we beat ourselves up. We beat ourselves up because we think that we're not good enough. We think that, you know what I'm saying, God's not being nice to us, that, you know, life is just not fair. People are just not seeing our worth, which, you know, sometimes that may be the truth, you know what I'm saying, when people are not seeing your worth, but those aren't your people. Those aren't your people. You know what I'm saying? When you get into the alignment with your people, it'll come naturally. And it's not gonna happen overnight. And that's kind of like what I was saying on my reel. It wasn't like a negative post as far as like, oh, you're not gonna have success overnight. Okay, this is what I really meant. And I wish I could have went further into detail, but I didn't want to make it too long. I believe in success overnight after years of putting in the work. I do believe that, like, you put in the work, you know what I'm saying, you work hard, and it's gonna take a while, and then one day just it's there, it's yours. You know what I'm saying? Like, the manifestation, you fulfilled your manifestation. You know what I'm trying to say? And even then, there's still higher heights. There's still more to go. So it's like, you have to be careful with chasing destinations, because there's always going to be another destination to reach. Life is all about evolving and elevating to the next level. And that was one of the things that I had to learn in this season. I reached the destination. Now what? You know, and where your motivation has to come in is, do you love what you do? Do you love what you do? And when I mean love what you do, I mean you could do it tired, you can do it sad, you can do it depressed. It makes you feel better when you're depressed, even while you're depressed, because at least you have a reason. You know what I'm saying? And it's okay to still feel depressed while being your purpose. That does not mean that it's not your purpose if you're still depressed. It just means that, you know what I'm saying, you may be tired, you may be going through certain things in your life. That don't mean that just because you're not happy in your purpose, that ain't your purpose. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that was what I was thinking this morning when I woke up, which is crazy. Because I was like, dang. I was like, some of us think that because we tired and depressed that we're not even living in our purpose. But what if it's the job that's making you tired? What if it's life that's making you tired? What if it's your day-to-day responsibilities, your routine that's making you tired? Because if you think about it, if you remove some of those things, would you still be sad? Would you still be tired? Would you still be depressed? You know what I'm saying? You might be a little bit, but we have to understand that, like, We are set up to be confused. They set it up like that to confuse us, to make us feel like, you know what I'm saying, we're not meant for more. We're not meant to evolve. We're not meant to grow. We're not meant to have a purpose. But the truth is, a lot of y'all is in the middle of y'all purpose, and y'all just think that it's not because the way you feel. And that is the devil, the enemy, whatever you want to call it, deceiving you, trying to trick you out of your power. Don't fall for it, okay? Don't fall for it. You'll know if you love it. You'll know if you love it. If you can do it depressed, you love it. If you can do it depressed, you love it. That means you love it. You hear me? Okay. Anyway, y'all know I get serious about purpose and stuff like that, because a lot of us, it's crazy because like we be dead in the middle of our purpose and don't even realize it, because we don't see it ourselves. We don't see it ourselves until somebody else, you know, says something or does something. And it's crazy because a lot of times your purpose, you'll realize you have a purpose by the way that people mistreat you. It don't even be the applause. It don't even be the praise. It don't even be the accolades and stuff. Sometimes you know you and your purpose with the way by the way that people mistreat you. So you got to pay attention to that too, and make sure that you have good discernment when it comes to people, even the people that, you know what I'm saying, that love you. You got to be careful. And it's crazy because like I've been placed in isolation from my family, and I have not had close friends since 2012. I've been in isolation for the past 4 years from everybody. And I thought I was going crazy, but it's sometimes that's for your highest good. It's for your protection. God knows what he's doing. Creator knows what he's doing when it comes to you. You got to trust that. Even when you know, you want to break down and cry, which you should, get it out. But just trust where you're being led. Even if you have not a clue. Even if you don't even have a clue what's going on. Trust where you're being led. In this season, and this ain't for everybody because everybody's, you know, seasons is different. But if you're watching this and you stay to the end, then it's for you. Trust this season and plant your seeds. Don't do no, you know what I'm saying? Don't let nobody get you out of your element. Don't let nobody, you know what I'm saying, with lower frequencies get you out of your element. Stay in your power. And most importantly, stay, you know, connected to yourself, to your intuition, And that don't gotta make sense to nobody but you. I promise. I had to move over here because the sun is like sunning. And don't get me wrong, I like the sun in the wintertime because we don't see it that often. But I cannot focus on what I'm trying to say. But I'm going to go ahead and end this out. But I do want to go ahead and add just one more thing in here. And I just feel called to say it. Don't be afraid to turn your pain into purpose. Okay? You feel like you don't have a purpose. You don't know what that is. Go back to where your pain is. And turn your pain into purpose. Use it. If it's going to, you know, have that much power over you, don't be afraid to turn it into purpose, okay? And yes, you can turn your pain into purpose and transmute that pain. And I promise you, God will reward you for every ounce of good that you put out into this universe. So without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and close this out. If you like this content, go ahead and give me a like and subscribe. Let your girl know how you think about the video down below. I would love to hear feedback. And I'm going ahead and take me a nap, y'all, because I'm tired. Peace.